Welcome back to Once Upon a Tiny Farm. Today it is about 2,000 degrees. We're sweating bullets and we are losing the battle with the weeds. So what can we do about it? Coming up in this episode. Just to give you a little idea of what we're talking about here, this is what I had planned for future rows, and I have a lot of volunteer clover here that I'm going to end up mowing. Yeah, I had clover here too, mowed that, tarped that, and this is going to be our next row where we begin planting more things. Here's what we've done. We tarped this row, cut holes for the Salanova lettuce transplants, and we still have all of these stupid, pesky weeds. Where there's a will, there's a way. They're finding a way. So at least we don't have to pick them from every part of this row because of the tarp is suppressing them, but we will have to pick all these weeds out from here around the plants. And this is what it looks like without a tarp. There you go. That entire row of lettuce, you might not be able to even tell there's lettuce in there. It's these guys, whatever these are. Pretty sure this was in the entire compost pile that I got. So over here, this is a row of arugula that you cannot even see. You see weeds. The arugula does exist down here. I can't compete with this. This is outrageous, the amount of weeds, this entire row, and it's like 93 degrees today. I just can't do it. So this is tough. Things will hopefully be better next year when we tarp this entire field again, and hopefully a lot of that weed pressure will die, and we plan to get different compost delivered next year from somewhere different, maybe better quality. But for now, it's tough. It's so hot. I cannot just spend all my time weeding these rows, and it's killing my production. I haven't been able to really harvest arugula because the weeds have been so bad. We did do pretty well. I did a mustard mix. I called it a spicy mix. And this is going to seed now, this mustard. But I did a mustard mix with arugula, and that mix did a really good job germinating and kind of helped suppress a lot of the weed growth in that row. So we got good production out of that. But for some reason, the arugula by itself, my goodness. I had the same problem in our rows of spinach that my wife and I worked on that the last few days and got them done, and it looks a lot better now. But here, I'll flip this around so you can see. Yeah, spinach looks a lot better now that it's been weeded. But that's another row. It's getting too hot probably for the spinach now. But man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm getting a little frustrated. So this here is a row of our carrots. We're doing rainbow carrots, and I'm gonna test out how well they sell at the market also. But you can see here, carrot, weed, carrot, weed. So I've been working on this while they're still small to get these weeds out. And it's very easy to tell the difference between the weeds and the carrots. But I'm realizing doing this, what is the key to getting these is getting them while they're young. While they're young, very easy to pull out. Once they get bigger, they start blocking sunlight from getting in to your plants that you're growing, and then a whole bunch of bad things happen. So if you get them early, you help get rid of the problem and don't let things get worse. So I think that's the key moving forward, because the problem is in all of my direct seeded rows, it's really bad, really bad. I mean, I have it in my Salanova rows as well, but it's worse whenever I've direct seeded things, the weeds. So it's just work. Getting them while they're young is easier. So you can tell the difference here. I weeded the beginning of this, I still got the middle of the row, and then I weeded the end of that row, so got like 15 more feet to weed. But that's what you got to do. Got to get them young and let these carrots or whatever it is you have growing, give them space to grow as healthy as possible. So on this row, on all my other rows, I did 4 Salanova lettuce plugs, 6 inches apart. But on this row, I tried something different to try to suppress weeds, and I did 3 rows, and between that middle row and the edge rows, I did radishes. And I realized just the other day how much of a mistake that was, because, well, I'll just show you. They didn't get sunlight because there's so much foliage on these radishes, and especially I planted some daikon radishes here for some reason, just because I had the seeds, and you could see the lettuce just in this whole middle of the row didn't make it. So that's a lesson I'm gonna learn and never do again, because I think I'm just gonna end up cutting all of this Salanova lettuce here and hoping that on the regrowth it comes back a little bit stronger. But where I weeded on the front of the row, you could see what it's supposed to look like. These Salanova lettuce looks perfect, beautiful. But back here, pathetic. So I think what I might do in the future, if I do 3 rows like this, is I could do plugs of green onions, which won't be so intrusive and block the sun from, getting to these lettuces, and will let them grow and breathe properly. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think I might try and cut them. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do here, but not looking too good, this center 10 feet of this row. So oops. Now this row here we just did a few weeks ago, a little bit later planting than I wanted. These are sweet potatoes down the middle, and we also have potatoes on each side of those sweet potatoes. So not sure if I did the correct spacing there. The sweet potatoes, I believe, are about 12 inches apart. They could probably be a little bit more apart, but I was trying to fit as many of them. I had 25 slips that I ordered, and I got them. I just wanted to fit them all in the row, so that's what I did. The row's about 20 feet-ish long. But what I did here is I mulched this row with grass clippings, and the potatoes will grow with the grass clippings. It'll keep the sun off the potatoes. That'll be good. It will hopefully also suppress the weeds, and this was a very generous amount of grass clippings I put here. So this is another potential solution that I like even better than the weed fabric, the black weed mat fabric, because this puts nitrogen back into the soil when this breaks down. So this is something I might continue to do on future beds that I create over on the farm. I might just put a very heavy amount of grass clippings on top of the newly created soil, compost, in my rows, and hopefully that will suppress weeds. And yeah, so that's what I think I'm going to try moving forward in the future, because I don't really like working with the weed mat. So I will continue to let everyone know how all that goes. Here's another thing that makes me realize that it's the compost, I'm pretty sure, is full of these weed seeds. I have peppers in these grow bags that I'm trying out this year, and you can see this is the compost that we had. All of these weed seeds coming up in just this tiny space around all these peppers, that some of them don't look good because the sun just cooked them. But Man, oh man. Luckily, we called for some help here on the farm, and we're gonna have some family come and help us get some of this weeding done, because I just can't keep up and do it all myself at this point, because we have to get ready for our next market, which is something I'll talk about in our next video. But yeah, so the rest of the day today, we're gonna be getting all the weeds out and helping all our lettuces and everything grow properly, because the weeds are really suppressing the growth of a lot of our plants. So we don't want that. We're on a schedule. We need to have enough lettuce each week to sell at the market, and the weeds are slowing that down. So we're gonna get to work today. Not a super detailed video, but just really frustrated with the weeds. Let me know what you're doing on your farms or your gardens. How do you deal with the weed pressure? What could I do to make my life a little bit easier? Trying the weed fabric, trying now grass clippings. Let me know what you think in the comments. And that's gonna wrap up this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Give us a like this video. Please, it'll help out our channel. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.